Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your October 2022 mid-month general reading. We are looking at the last half of October, and this reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius. Welcome everyone. Thanks so much for taking the time to be here and watch this video, and for all the love and support that you give for my YouTube channel, liking, sharing, hitting that subscribe button, your donations, comments, those of you who reach out for personal readings. I am always grateful and appreciative for all of it, so thank you. Okay, Sagittarius, this is for you for the last half of October 2022. If your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Sagittarius, if you're cross-watching for a Sagittarian, it is also relevant. It's a general reading, so of course it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know any or all of your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, watching them can provide additional insight and perspective into your particular situation too, so you might want to do that. If you find that something really does hit home with you, you really resonate with it, and you'd like to take a deeper look and reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. I can usually respond the same day as well with more information. I offer quite a wide array of personal readings in all areas of life. And I do readings full time. It's all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent about scheduling as quickly and timely as I can. So if that's something you'd be interested in, please email me. maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. Also click the description link for that. Okay. Sagittarius. Let's see what the last half of October looks like for Sagittarius. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded, one of the Gilded Tarots. We begin with the Nine of Swords, obsessive worry, focusing on the worst possible negative outcome of something, being really stressed out, worried, anxious, insomnia, all of that energy. Too much obsessive negative energy here. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, showing up as a queen, but this is a general reading, so it could be a male as well, male or female. Could be any sign, but this is not you. The stress and anxiety and fear is in some way linked to this person. Next, we have the Four of Swords, taking a step back, feeling worn out, exhausted, needing to rest, recuperate, recover yourself, gain a different perspective. With the Ten of Swords, having come to some kind of end that might have been, this is a general reading, which means that the specifics and the intensity will vary. So for some of you, this is an ending or finding something out that might have been really painful, or at best, pretty disappointing. And you're just kind of taking a step back from it. So this is something that has happened already. Next, we have the Page of Swords. This is news, information, maybe a message. The Ace of Swords, the truth, things being revealed. If you feel somebody's really let you down or betrayed you, this would be saying, hey, I know the truth here. This is what the truth is. From the bottom of the deck, representing the overall energy and theme, is the Six of Cups, which is a card typically associated with history, nostalgia, home, family, roots of origin. Doesn't have to go all the way back to childhood, but it represents something that you have some kind of history with, person, place, situation. It is for the secondary soulmate card. So this might have something to do with a personal relationship, but it can really be in any area of life. Let's clarify that overall energy of the Six of Cups. Four of Coins, Four of Cups. An offer being made, but nobody's really taking it right now. The Four of Coins, the Miser card, this is somebody who's holding back, protecting, guarding, not opening up or sharing because they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose any more. Let's clarify some more. Clarify Nine of Swords. Judgment, a pretty significant life path change or choice here. Judgment represents being at a crossroads, you're being called to act, to make some kind of decision or something. That's where you're at, and you're obviously worried here because you're not sure what to do. Queen of Cups again with the Two of Cups. So this Queen of Cups is either, there's soulmate karmic energy between the two of you. Now, it may or may not be romantic, like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, some combination. It might be best friend, family member, but someone you feel this very karmic connection with. Clarify. Because all it's really telling us is that you're really stressed out about this person you feel really close to. And there's a decision that needs to be made, but you may be unclear as to what that decision or choice should be. Three of Wands, King of Wands. Sorry, Three of Swords, heartache, heartbreak, breakup, separation, or some kind of pain or disappointment with you, the King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Yeah, there's a lot of sadness here. Justice and the Seven of Coins, reflecting, contemplating, taking stock, looking at what you have invested in this and asking yourself, what changes do I make? Do I make any changes? Do I try and move forward? Do I try and fix things? Do I just harvest everything that I've invested in this that I can and to go somewhere else? Justice, reap what you sow, the right thing to do, morals and ethics. Yeah. I feel like for a lot of you, either they have disappointed you and let you down badly, or vice versa, or you have disappointed, let them down, or betrayed them badly. Now, if it's not that, it might be the two of you together. There's someone here is feeling really hurt, really disappointed, let down, maybe even betrayed. So there's a choice that has to be made. What's the right thing to do? Again, the nature of this relationship is going to vary, but it's a very close one. This could be like a really close person, friend that had something happen to them, and you're really worried about their state of mind, or vice versa. But for others of you, it's going to be a relationship itself that looks like it's on the verge of maybe not going further. Let's clarify that Four of Swords and Ten of Swords. Because this is taking a step back and kind of resting a bit. Not too many. After this has happened. Seven of Swords, concealment, sneakiness. I mean, for some of you, it might have been, somebody cheated on them, or you cheated on them, they cheated on you. There was some kind of deception here. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be it can be something else. It can be in another area of life, and it's affecting you and this person together. I mean, I do try to interpret from a few different main life areas, but sometimes the energy is quite clearly and heavily skewed in one direction. Clarify a little bit more. Five of Cups, sorrow, loss, grief, and regret. But not all is lost, because there's still two cups upright and full, and I think that's Ten of Swords again. I think that's part of why you or the other person or the two of you together are trying to figure out, okay, it's not all lost. There's still this. So what do we do moving forward? Do I or we let this thing go, or this person go, or this situation go, and just say that was a mess and move on? Or is there a way to try and salvage things? Do we even want to salvage? Do I even want to salvage it? Let's clarify that Page of Swords and Ace of Swords. It really feels like, at least for a little bit of time, Sagittarius, it feels like you're just kind of just kind of going over here a bit because you don't really want to look at it right now, or you don't want to make any decisions right now because you're still in like sort of recuperation or recovery mode. But I mean, it's at something is, I mean, the worst is happened, right, already, so. The Chariot clarifies the Ten of Swords again. So, all that, there's something you put an awful lot of work, you were very focused and putting an awful lot of work into something, you know, and it just didn't work out. And it didn't work out not because of a lack of effort on your part or the other person's part, but there was some kind of deception or something going on behind the scenes that you didn't know about. You may feel like all of whatever you invested in this was wasted. It's not. At least in the general karmic sense of energy, it's not wasted ever. But you may go through a period of time where you feel like all the effort, everything that you put into it was for nothing. But that's not true. And whether you believe it or not, the worst is in your rearview mirror. It's just still right pretty fresh in your rearview mirror. All right, Page of Swords, Ace of Swords. Page of Swords. The Hermit and the Fool. This is kind of just going off on a new journey, going off on your own, just kind of going off. This is like what you're doing because of this or what you're saying to somebody. I'm going to go off here for a bit and figure out what I need to do. It's interesting because this reading, Sagittarius, is quite different than Leo and Aries. Two of Swords, stuck, don't know what to do, which is why you're going off. And also, this can sometimes be, you know, you're reluctant or resistant to really look at something too closely or too head on, because then you'll have to make a choice and you're not quite ready to do that yet, which I think is part of it here. Seven of Cups, this is a card of looking at different options, which are really great options, but it's the Seven of Water, so it's not a practical, realistic card, right? It's just kind of going off and daydreaming or fantasizing about other things. I mean, all readings can't be light, right? Sometimes we all deal with stuff in life, and sometimes things happen that things don't work out, or jobs end, or relationships end, and sometimes we feel very thrown under the bus or stabbed in the back. And it feels like this is what's happened here, whether it's about the relationship itself or something that has affected the relationship. It's something that you obviously had a history with, you put a great deal of effort into, and it feels like some of you may be thinking, what was it all for? And sometimes there's no answer for that, right? Sometimes there just isn't an answer, but you have to move on anyway. Sometimes, you know, we're obsessed with trying to come to an understanding. We think that we need to have a full and complete understanding and enlightenment before we're able to move on from something. And that's not always true. Sometimes there isn't an answer. Not in this life. And so sometimes we just need to kind of tie a balloon string to it and let it go, you know. And this may be one of those times, but it does look like you kind of at the end kind of just say, I'm going off on my own. I'm going to go my own way over here, and I'm just going to give myself a break. And that's okay too. That's totally okay too, Sagittarius. I've done it. I think we've all probably done it, right? Whether we physically go off to go, I don't know, on some kind of journey or distraction or whatever, or mentally and emotionally, that's what we do. It's okay. I don't know if this is, you're going to be able to resuscitate this. I mean, it looks like there's a kind of an option where you could, or try and attack it from a different angle, but I think maybe some of you aren't going to have the desire to. Well, let's see what Spirit thinks. Messages, guidance, advice from Spirit. for Sagittarius for the last half of October. Forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean reconciliation in the sense that you continue together if somebody has really, really hurt you badly. You can forgive them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you continue to go forward with them. Forgiveness is kind of essential for our own peace of mind, though. The Eight of Swords. Feeling like you can't do anything, you're trapped, you're helpless. The Eight of Cups, leaving, walking away, turning your back on that which is ultimately unfulfilling and unsatisfying, even though in the beginning you may have thought it was. So what Spirit is saying here is that it is likely that this is not, you're not going to be able to resuscitate this, at least not to what it was or what you thought it was. You might be able to limp along for a while, but it doesn't feel like this situation is going to progress in a positive way. The World and Temperance. So, these are both cards of major endings, moving on to the next chapter in life and leaving behind that which turned out to not just be what you needed. And Temperance is about healing and balance and moderation and temperance. And it's quite clear that in order to achieve that, this is about ending, leaving, walking away, yeah. So I'm going to leave it there. It's not a rainbow reading for sure, in terms of happiness and brightness. But again, this is what, and I'm hoping that this is one of those general readings that very few people resonate with. But, let's face it, we all kind of go through times in life where, for example, people are, sometimes people hurt each other quite badly. Sometimes it's because their conscience isn't connected to what they're doing, and just some people are like that, right? Fortunately, not a lot, but some. And sometimes we just hurt other people. People hurt each other because they're repeating negative patterns and cycles that they've learned in their lives. Either way, sometimes we go through challenges like this, and sometimes there isn't answers for it. Again, sometimes we have to tie that balloon to it and let it go and make our peace with the fact that we don't know, so we can move forward in life and find something that is much better and much healthier for us. And that's what this looks like. So in that sense, Sagittarius, I hope that it was helpful and useful. And again, if this really hits home, if this is something that really resonates with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at it and reach out for a personal reading, please feel free to email me directly, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also click on the description link for that contact info. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the November general readings. Until then, stay well, stay safe, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.